Hi, this is Christopher Sparrow from mytechgear.org. I've got a really cool unboxing today, and due to circumstances beyond my control, this may be really the only new unboxing for this particular calendar year, 2026. I apologize for that. Circumstances being what they may with the IT employment market this year, it's just been an absolute train wreck. But that's beside the point. Let's get to the unboxing. You guys know I am a smartwatch enthusiast, and I am just crazy about tech and smartwatches and wearables and whatnot. I've been working with wearables since they really came on the market in 2015 with the original Apple Watch. Things have just expanded from there. I've got an Apple Watch Ultra 2. I've got a the Huawei Watch GT5 Pro. I've got a Samsung Watch Ultimate. I've got the OnePlus Watch 2. I've got the TicWatch Pro 5. Man, I've got watches, and I love them. So a couple of years ago, and it's truly been a couple of years now that I've waited for this particular product to come in. I saw something on Kickstarter related to a watch called Oona. Now, this was a watch that's supposed to be all about self-repair and being able to go ahead and actually take the watch and actually get it fixed and upgrade it and whatnot. That's been somewhat of a sore spot for a lot of folks and for a lot of companies, simply because, man, nobody wants to. They want to sell you a new watch. Something's wrong. They want you to pay for a replacement or pay or have them do the service, and not you being able to go ahead and do it yourself. Oona's a little bit different. It's really a proprietary watch and exercise and GPS watch system and product. And it's all done from scratch. All right. This is a little bit of a different thing. It doesn't run Android Wear. It runs its own thing. So I have no idea if there's going to be any kind of an app market. I have no idea if there's going to be any kind of a watch face market, or what kind of watch faces may be available for it within the watch or within their own proprietary system. And that's really, let's face it, your smartwatch can do a whole bunch of things. It can track your blood pressure, can track your, it can track your heart rate. Some will claim to do blood pressure, some through some voodoo that you do, maybe through some red or green light, watching the actual blood pulse through your veins, if you've got one close enough to the sensor to be able to see, looking at your heart rate and blood pressure. Some watches will claim to be able to use either a red or green light sensor to be able to watch the flow, and then see the pulses, and then be able to go ahead and see how all that works together, and be able to come up with some a systolic and diastolic based readings on and act as a sphygmomanometer, if I pronunciated that correctly, for blood pressure. It's not widely seen. I've got one or so watches that'll do that, but I don't know how accurate it truly is. But long story short, Oona has really got some interesting kinds of features. Now, this is a GPS-based health watch that's really designed for outdoor activity. All right, it's designed to go and walk with you, go on hikes, be something that you can monitor your vitals with, be able to see what's going on with you and your basic health. And the whole thing around this is it's all open source. They've got a proprietary SDK, but they've got something, but it's open source to be able to go and allow developers from anywhere and everywhere to be able to develop apps and functionality for it, which is kind of cool. Now, these guys are out of Scotland. All right. And it did take them a while to get everything together. As I said, it's been a 2 year journey so far. All right. Or almost, or nearly 2 years. Um, and during all of this, they had sort of a start and stop. I want to call it a false start, where they had shipped out some watches, but they had some problems with overheating. And so they wanted to pull the all existing watches that they had shipped back, and they would not move forward until every single watch that was out there was in fact shipped back. They hounded those folks on their early distribution list to get all of the watches back. Thankfully and correctly, they did that. So thank you, Una, for looking out for all of your customers' safety and good health. And then fixed all those watches, because that's really the point behind Una, was all about sustainability, and all about from a consumer perspective, sustainable hardware, fixable hardware, modular hardware, to be able to go and fix it and then ship it back. And so after all of those outstanding watches were returned, they were fixed and then shipped back. And now everybody that ordered an Una watch as part of their Kickstarter campaign have now received the watches. And as you can see, this has not been opened. I want to go ahead and do a real quick unboxing on all of this. So let's go ahead, let's grab the Sword of Destiny, and let's get into it. Okay, as I said, Sword of Destiny. All right, let's go and take a look at what we've got. Now, I've not gone into this, and as I said, looking at unawatch.com, they don't have a lot there about really what's going on with the watch. The site is very young. I would really had hoped to see a little bit more information on specs and whatnot, although they do give some information on what's going on with the watch. The site, yet in my opinion, still needs a little bit to be desired. All right, on this. So let's take packaging. All right, packing list. Watch. All right. And one watch for life. So next generation tech that actually lasts. The package contains one watch, one strap, one USB cable, and documentation. And again, they are out of Edinburgh, Scotland. So let's got a seal here. So let's re-grab the Sword of Destiny and just pop that seal real quick. All right, and we'll get into the watch. All right. Hopefully. This has got some not proprietary based connectors for the actual band, so that you can get any band that you like. This is meant to be something that is repairable, upgradable, and sustainable, and I'm hoping that commonality on bands, they don't have a proprietary band like an Apple Watch band or a Pixel Watch band, something that's specific to that watch that can't be used anywhere else, or with any other watch, or even you can't buy one from Amazon or whatever. So you do get a little thank you card here from Una. All right, it does come with a quick start guide. All right, and inside the box we've got a regular old USB-C to USB-C cable. All right. Again, the nice thing about this, and one of the things that was most important to Una as far as this watch was concerned, was to be able to use components that were already available on the market. So that if you wanted to fix it yourself, if it broke, you could. If you wanted to go ahead and get a replacement or a different cable, you could. Hence my spiel about the watch band. All right. But really, so USB-C to standard USB-C to standard USB-C cable. All right, and the contents of the box. Really not much there, and yes, it does use a standard pin out for the watch, and it does say, hey, the journey starts here with the watch. Charging the watch, I'm looking for a port, and it's right on the side here, right in the middle. All right. The cable will fit very nicely, and I'm just going to grab their cable since, well, I do have another one around here somewhere, I think. Yeah, standard USB-C cable. It just fits. All right, and immediately it powers on. All right, so you see. We'll see how much charge we've got here in the watch. One watch for life, Una. All right, it's got 11%, so we need to go ahead and let it do some charging. Let's go look at the band here real quick. This looks like to be a standard 22 millimeter fluoro band here, just a regular rubber fluoroelastomer band that will allow you to hook on. I'm not a real big fan of the fluoroelastomer bands simply because they make me break out. I get a rash, and I've got immune deficiency issues to begin with. I've got arthritis and whatnot, which is somewhat problematic for me. But it also makes certain that it all itches. So this is your standard Google sort of kind of pinouts. So anything that works with a Google band should, or a Google watch or a Pixel watch should work here for Una. And let's take a look real quick here as far as the quick start guide is concerned. It talks all about fitting the straps in and charging your watch, power on and connecting to the app. You can download the Una Watch app from either the Google Play Store or the Apple App Store, so that's cool. They've got an app there. They've also got a complete user guide and a QR code for you just to go ahead and take a quick little snapshot of and get the watch app or I'm sorry, the full user guide very, very quickly and very easily on your phone. It's got 4 buttons, one on each of the 4 corners of the watch. All right. And it does give you a real good understanding of what they actually do. Upper left side corner, when you're looking straight down at the watch, a short press will get the utility menu. The button below it on the left side, a short press will get glances. A long press will get music controls. The upper right button will go ahead and start the watch when it is off. A short press will get activity. And then on the bottom right, a short press will go to the home screen or the light on. So you're going to be able, and I'll tell you what, this has got a nice reflective screen, so you should be able to see this in just about any light. And since it is reflective, you should be able to go ahead and actually see this. And you can kind of sort of see it there. I don't know how backlit this thing is. It's not got a bad backlight, so just a real quick short press here. You got the backlight on. And you can, I don't know if you can see the sensors, so go ahead. There they are. We'll go ahead and actually power on, power off real quick. I'm going to go and put this through its changes. I'm going to go back to wearing 2 watches again. I've got my Apple Watch that is really my smartwatch daily driver, as it pairs directly with the iPhone, which is my daily driver. I will try to pair this not only with my iPhone 15 Pro Max, but also my Samsung Galaxy Fold 7, and see how the Android app differs from the iOS app, and we'll talk about that later. But again, the cool thing here, this is a dual frequency GPS watch. So you should be able to track where it is that you are going, where it is that you walk, where it is that you hike, where it is that you go, all right? And be able to see and track your progress specifically on a bike route, on a hiking route, all right? And be able to see how far you go and how well you're doing in terms of your exercising. It is modular and should be user repairable. So if you want to replace a battery, if you want to replace a cracked screen or whatever, you should be able to do that yourself. Um, so they do, at least for right now, for the foreseeable future, depending on how well they do and how well things go, be able to actually provide replacement parts. And it does again have that standard USB-C cable, and you don't have a proprietary charging puck that you have to worry about. The phone that charges, or the cable that charges your phone, will also charge your watch. Big deal, especially if you're traveling and you're going somewhere and you want to be able to make certain that you can charge your watch. Yeah, you can plug it in for a few hours and be able to get your charging back up. We started out at 11%. We're up to 19 already. I'll have a little bit more in terms of performance and whatnot. Now, the battery is supposed, and speaking of performance, the battery is supposed to last for 10 days on this, all right? Or for a max of 10 days. And we'll see exactly how that goes. I've got other watches. I've got a couple of budget smartwatches that will actually, from a nameless Chinese company, and literally nameless Chinese company, that will go ahead and last for a long time. We'll see how well it lasts against something like this in terms of activity as well. This one also checks this is the one I was talking about with the blood pressure, and we'll see what metrics UNO will actually track for you. It does give you some instruction on how to actually wear the watch. You want to make certain that your wrist and the watch are both clean and dry. Fit it so it's roughly 2 to 3 centimeters above your wrist bone for the best accuracy. Adjust the strap to be snug but not tight. You should be able to comfortably move your wrist within the watch. You don't want it to sag too much. Like this one will go down this far. I've got to shorten this. I've lost a lot of weight recently, and my wrist is significantly less fat than it used to be. So I need to size this wristband. I need to take out a link or two on this just to make certain that it sits snugly on my wrist to be able to track all those metrics. And you will do the same thing for UNO Watch as well. This is to ensure that your optical heart rate is actually in direct contact with the skin. So it's really only got 1 or 2 sensors there. Anyway, the long and the short of it, though, this is UNO Watch, and we'll see how well it does and what exactly it tracks and how well the GPS tracker works when I'm out and about and doing my things. And to be able to see, I've got to mow the lawn the next couple of days. So it'll be very interesting to see how well this thing works doing that. I'm going to wait until I get up to 22%, so more than doubled during this time in the last 10 or 12 minutes. So we'll see how well and how quickly it charges and gets a full charge, and then we'll see exactly how well it performs and exactly what watch bands are available and should work with this. This is Christopher Spera for itechgear.org with the UNO GPS watch.